Dems report on same events said to show U.S. narrowly avoided constitutional crisis. Republicans and Democrats on the Senate Judiciary Committee are releasing dueling reports on former President Donald Trump's alleged pressure on the Justice Department (DOJ) to investigate election-related claims during December 2020, with Republicans calling their counterparts' claims overblown. The GOP report, which was spearheaded by Judiciary Committee ranking member Chuck Grassley, R. Iowa, cited interviews with top Justice Department officials, including former Acting Attorney General Jeffrey Rosen, to argue that Trump and his top staffers did not pressure the DOJ to investigate specific election claims. It also played down Trump's alleged zeal to follow through an idea from former Justice Department official Jeffrey Clark to send a letter asking state legislatures to consider appointing replacement electors, and to fire Rosen. The GOP report, for example, described a much-reported January 3 White House meeting as an effort to formally and finally decide the issues at play, which were twofold: whether to send Clark's draft letter and whether to remove Rosen as acting Attorney General and replace him with Clark. The GOP report says Trump listened to all 7 individuals in the meeting and that it culminated in President Trump rejecting sending Clark's draft letter and rejecting terminating Rosen. The Republicans' report came to significantly different conclusions than the Democrats' interim report on the committee's investigation. The New York Times published many of the details of that report Thursday, including that it likely will be released to the public this week. According to the Times, the Democrats' report characterized the January 3 meeting as an intense exchange in which multiple top Trump officials threatened to resign in order to stop Trump from going forward with a murder-suicide pact. This report shows the American people just how close we came to a constitutional crisis, Judiciary Committee Chairman Dick Durbin, D.I.L., whose office led the committee's main report, said, as the Times reported. The Republicans' report, meanwhile, presented the same January 3 exchange noted in the Times as having happened in a more businesslike fashion. Witnesses testified that then Chief of Staff, Mark Meadows, did not pressure them to take action relating to investigating election allegations and was deferential to DOJ's judgment. One line from the report's executive summary read, "Witnesses testified that they were not pressured by President Trump or the White House to take action with respect to investigating certain election fraud claims." Another line said, "President Trump wanted to fire, but did not fire, former U.S. Attorney B.J. Pak primarily because he believed Pak was a never-Trumper," added another. But, despite the GOP's characterization of the Trump White House's interactions with the Justice Department specifically, the former president actively was pushing false claims that the presidential election was stolen during this time period. And, just days after the January 3 meeting, Trump notably urged then Vice President Mike Pence and congressional Republicans to overturn the presidential election results when Congress convened to count electoral votes. Just 8 Senate Republicans voted to do so, and Grassley was not one of them.